Sound resumed.
And the blonde then was just staring at me back, and I was like, "Oh, hello, everyone!"
And we're back, I think. So we're getting back into game 2. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I think
Microphone muted.
first game went very interesting, to say the least. I feel Yasao sort of got a little bit out of hand, but hopefully we'll have a bit more fair play between the two, a bit more balance.
Yeah, but neither team this time having a challenger players, so not being they're trying to obviously balance it out, but not being like having a god tier player on other
Been
team.
booted and sent out to the holding pen. And we're getting underway with the first set of bans. So coming out first, we've got Darius and Skarner on blue side, and on purple side, we have Fiora coming out. I feel, again, very strong bans at the minute. The Juggernaut's obviously coming through really well on these patches. Darius and Skarner. People saying that Skarner got nerfed, but I feel his late game scaling is a lot stronger now. It's just his early destruction that got slightly nerfed, and Gangplank as well. Again, a very prominent champion at the minute.
Yeah, what we actually did not see was unbanned Gangplank.
I believe
huge
it was.
monster.
Yeah, and that Mordekaiser as well. I expect to see Mordekaiser bans probably all day. Such a monster. I mean, when he gets that third Q and he flashes on your ADC and deals like 1,500 damage, generally not a fun day for that person.
So far, no player has found a solution for Mordekaiser lane, but soon it will happen and we can forget about the days of banning Mordekaiser.
Yeah, it'll just be... I think it's just kiting, really, but in the end, you really need that confidence to be able to pull it off. So, first pick coming out, and it is going to be Vladimir. I like this.
Another one, flex pick. Going for a top lane? Is he going for mid lane? Why not have you guess that he's going both?
Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine. Quite a safe lane. You've got pool, you've got heals. Azir and Lee Sin coming out though on the other side. Showing your mid laner is quite aggressive early, I feel. This could be interesting to see whether any counterplay comes through.
Yeah, especially after I believe that Azir got a nerf during, I think, this patch or the last one, if I'm not totally wrong. But
I mean,
it's gonna be a little bit. I'm getting like a drift vibe from this, that there's gonna be a lot of drifting. The red team.
I would like to see a lot of drifts coming out, especially if this is going to be against a Zed. I mean, you're really going to have to pull everything out to really shut this guy down. Fresh coming out as well in bot lane. I feel like we're going to see him a lot today as well. He's quite popular. I mean, it's not really much better than the CC machine that is Fresh. But Morgana straight up counter pick.
Yeah, Teres support es numero uno. Offering that engage with a hook. A bit of more
Morgana is
engage.
just so strong into that, just with the black shield to just cut out the hook and the flay at the same time.
Yeah, we actually saw it on Monday's Inhouse tournament or games that Morgana was played against the Thresh, but did not use the black shield ever so effectively at all.
It's very much come down to sort of the skill of the player itself. I mean, if we see the reactions coming through, it can really shut down Fresh like entirely, but it all depends on how the player rolls with it. If it doesn't come through, that Fresh is, I think, going to do some work. A Vi lock-in coming in though. I like this. I love a good Vi who just goes out there and gets the tank and just does damage. I feel she should go Cinder Hulk into this, just so she can get the extra health survivability so that she won't jump in and just get deleted by the Azir and the Lucian. If this is a Lucian getting locked in, that is.
Yeah, he hovered over Kalista, which is also very nice, especially with the Morgana. Can just use the Fate's Code Punch with Morgana, throw her
Lucian
in, use that ulti, and just wreck with hammers.
Yeah, definitely. But this Lucian, man, this is going to be some damage coming out. If he lanes well, then I think he's going to do a lot of trading with this Sivir that she can't get back, but it's certainly going to be an interesting bot lane. A lot of aggression coming out from both sides, because as Lucian, you really want to go aggressive, but I wonder if going too aggressive might lead into the Thresh and play into his hands, so to speak.
Yeah, let's see if this Lucian can keep his calm, keep his nerve, or he will convert himself into a Lucian. That's an L-O-S-E-I-A-N. Lucian.
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 Not to be confused with Lucian, is when a Shion loses. But needless to say, it's going to be an interesting lane. So a standard setup from the Morgana with the exhaust, but we see the Thresh going for the ignite. I feel that is going to be a lot of pressure they're going to lay down though. They're going to be wanting to go so aggressive, and it can just lead to something, especially if the jungle comes down early, which I would like to see. Either from lane ganks or from the river. Either way, I think it's a lot of pressure that can just be instant objective, either first blood and then possibly rotating into a dragon, or just pushing out that turret.
Yeah, I spoke about this on Monday, but I would love to hear your opinion about this.
Yeah.
The supports picking up the ignite and the AD carries picking up a heal, but wouldn't it be kind of better for the AD carries to pick up the ignite for more of a kill pressure for themselves, and then supports picking up the heal?
So, personally, I feel it is better the way it is. So with support picking up ignite, it means that your AD carry has the freedom to get their own sort of movement speed to protect themselves to heal. So when early on, it may be better for the Sivir to have the ignite because she can choose when to go in and drop the ignite. But at the same time, it means she has to get quite close to drop it. And then once you've done that, you have to commit to it. Whereas late game, so once we start getting into the mid and late, and we start rotating around, this Thresh might want to start roaming and such with Mobies. The Sivir really wants to keep that survivability with the heal, because sometimes that little burst of movement speed is all you need to get out of the way of like a Lee Sin, Resonating Strike, or an Azir Soldier. It's just generally, I feel it'll just keep that Sivir a little bit more confident that she can push and not be sort of collapsed on as easily.
And also, as Seer taking up an exhaust, so double exhaust for the red team. So their blue team has having some difficulties trying to engage.
So I feel exhaust and barrier, sort of the same thing for Azir, maybe. It means if he drops that exhaust, it just nullifies Zed's damage by so much. Once he drops that death mark and goes all in, but at the same time, barrier would have sort of been okay, especially since they already have an exhaust from the support.
And this is the time, getting into the game 2 champion login screen. And as the last game, please join us in conversation using the hashtag HouseParty5v5, and also follow us at HouseParty5v5.
Yep, and don't forget to quickly jump onto the subreddit as well at reddit.com/r/HouseParty5v5 EU West. Catch out when our next set of in-house games will be as well. Hoping to hold some more throughout the week.
Let's see, for you in Twitch chat, let's see what kind of hashtags could we name for these teams. Maybe a hashtag Thresh or hashtag Morgana, whose team is gonna win this game. We always want to hear your opinions.
I do like in Twitch chat we do have a secret anti-mod lane, which is Twisted Fate ADC and Vel'Koz support.
I think that was against the Mordekaiser?
Yeah,
against the Mordekaiser.
It's our secret anti-mod lane now. So keep it under your hats for all those listening. Try not to get it out there. We don't want people to be taking all our secrets, but I think that would work alright. You can get the stuns. You've got a lot of stuns, in fact. A lot of slows so that you can keep that Mordekaiser away. Certainly make for an interesting viewing, at the least.
Why not have the best experience if you're duo queuing with that person, or just happen to be in the same team? But
Yeah,
if they win, it doesn't matter because they have won a lane against the Mordekaiser. All nations can celebrate in freedom. They are no longer slaves to the Brazilian monster.
Yeah, I would like to see the justification in solo queue when you try to explain to your team that you're picking Vel'Koz and TF-ADC. But needless to say, let's get into the game, loading in, and looks like it's going to be a standard start for both sides.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, let's wait until everyone picks up their items. They do. And Morgana, almost forgetting the trinket, gets it. Don't want to be a little bit embarrassed about walking on the lane and then putting a ward down and be like, hold on, there's a bug, my trinket will go down.
Yeah, I mean, everyone forgets it now and again. You can't get mad at her. Interesting pickups from both sides. So we're seeing a standard start from most of the sides, but Vladimir starting off with those boots, I feel, is I don't know whether I would have preferred the boots or either a ring or amp tome against this Maokai. Really could have got a lot more damage off, and the movement speed's not going to help you do much against the Maokai, because he's only really going to be aiming saplings at you, and you're Vladimir, you're just going to lifesteal it back anyway.
The only way that I can come up with is that you have more movement speed to walk up to a minion wave, use that E, or like health back, and then run away again, and then repeat and repeat, and then you're full health.
Yeah, and this Maokai is just looking to just stay in lane with that crystalline flask. I mean, nothing. I don't think he's going to be killed or pushed out anytime soon.
No, and that passive also keeping him a very healthy. And Vladimir is gonna spam those abilities, so Maokai is gonna get those stacks. A little bit of a mastery icon for us here, showing the set that I've been around.
He laughs with impunity to the dead.
Yeah, very nice
start.
Very nice pull, both of the bottom laners. That they're gonna miss a single minion. Unless they do it on purpose, which Lucian just did.
Lucia picking up that entire wave as well. Gets him a little bit of an advantage. They're going to be able to pick up most of it, but again, every little bit is just another step forward to falling behind. A little minion there, and suddenly you're okay getting called down. Bit of pressure being applied there by the Vladimir on the Maokai. Really liking the early cues.
Yeah, speaking of pressure, Morgana getting a Dark Binding onto the Thresh getting level 2, Flame Morgana away, but that's Morgana kinda turning it around, half of her health, but she's gonna keep it alive with those cookies.
Really well played there, waiting for the Black Shield, and well, he didn't even have the Black Shield, so just going ham. I mean, as soon as she picks that up, you've got to be worried, but right now there's nothing to stop that hook coming through, and if it hits, then it's a secured hit.
Yeah, those are the sweetest kinds of hooks that you wanna have.
Fresh making sure he gets the cannon, and always fun to see a Fresh when he doesn't measure the flare damage.
Yeah,
So much damage being applied top lane.
Yeah, Triss, adding another hook. Hopefully, nice bit of damage, but Morgana turns it around with the Dark Binding. Lucian tries to dash, but is not in range for those double auto attacks.
I think that was a misplay by Lucian there. I feel that dash could have easily been aggressive.
Oh, Lee Sin has sneak up his way just in time for Vladimir to ward the dry push, the push that Lee Sin is not in, and now he's gonna get pinched in. There comes the twisted tree line, or advance actually. Advance onto the Vladimir. Vladimir's gonna pull, gonna be a little bit safety so far. Still has a flash. I almost feel he has to flash. There comes the flash, but the Sonic Wave and the Resonant Strike land at the red buff is burning, but it's not gonna burn enough. But Summoner's
just a little bit too far away.
Summoner's burned. Summoner burned. Anyway.
But, yep, flash taken away. That's gonna open up a lot less to that Vladimir. He can't play as aggressive, because it means if that Lee Sin does come for a return gank and he's not prepared for it, it could easily turn into a kill. But he's just gonna TP back. get up an Amptome and pick up that ward, so he's going to try and keep that Lee Sin away.
Yeah, I feel he would have wanted to pick up a Ruby Crystal also, but you can't always get what you wanna.
I mean, he could have went for Ruby Crystal, but I feel Amptome's just as good because it means he has more pressure at pushing the wave. Obviously, from his passive, he gets a little bit of AP from the health, but an Amptome just gives him just so much more.
Yeah, I meant Amptome plus Ruby Crystal.
Oh, right, yes. In that case, it's just fortunate economic things.
Yeah, Morgana trying a sneaky bite in for time for Vikang, but there comes the hook, Dress takes it with the black sheet on, but takes a lot of damage, there's still the ignite, but the Lucian almost makes enough damage, but the heal comes through from Severe, and now Vi was a little bit caught up in the turret, but takes a Dark Passage to get away. And now Lee Sin is coming onto the set, gets the Sonic Wave, and the Resonance Strike, set Shadow away.
Somebody has drank their lucky juice this morning, because I am very surprised that Fresh did not go down there. That was so aggressive to fly in there.
Yeah, I think that was more of a visual bug actually. The Black Shield was on Morgana, at least I didn't see it beat on.
Yeah, so the Black Shield was on as he landed it, but it doesn't stop the hook from going on, it just stops the pull. So you can still jump to it, but I don't think he really wants to.
Lee going for a counter jungle against Vi, but now Zed has come in for the party, tries to see if he can get the kill onto the Lee Sin, but Azir just forces him away, but now still looking, Dress comes in, but the Lee Sin goes for a Sonic Wave, doesn't get the first blood onto Vi, it's Zed who picks up that kill, a very close one, there comes the hook, but it's being dodged. But the Dark Guardian is not, and the Seer puts the soldiers down, takes a little 3 auto attacks onto Thresh, and now Thresh has to go back.
I do not know what happened there. Why did they in there? I mean, they just may or may not have got the kill, but in this case, all you've done is given first blood over to the mid. And it's just not enough to really just go in.
Yeah, Lee Sin was actually going to get the kill, but the Vi got the shield up just in time that saved her life.
That was a very good hit there, just to make sure she got that blast shield on, and it just denied that Lee Sin so hard. And now he's gonna have to not so much play from behind because he's accruing a decent CS advantage and all in here.
Yeah, Zed goes in with the death mark, but Azir soldiers, but that's not a whole lot of damage coming through. Azir flashes behind his turret and Zed also shadows away, but Zed burned an ignite and a death mark, or they had the flash down.
Yeah, so just not enough damage coming through there, waiting on that energy return so that you get the Q off, but just not enough to shuriken him. I like the pressure going on top though, this is a lot of damage.
Yeah, Maokai actually goes in with a twisted advance, and that's gonna be the death of him.
That is a tree that will not be bleeding.
That's a little weird. He was already out, but he went back in.
Yeah, the recommitment there was just, it was his own. Like, he basically said, hey look, I'm a free kill, and he just jumped back in to get hemoglobed. So, questionable to say the least. But what's done is done. And look at this vision in the enemy jungle, so you can see the blue buffs going down, and you've also got a nice vision of the central try, see when the jungle is coming to dragon pressure. Very good. I feel it's just opening up a lot more bottom, but they do have quite a few wards in the river, especially that pink ward, which you would hope this Fresh is going to walk into.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 pink wards currently on the map for the red team. One in the top try, one in the mid top. Jungle entrance.
No counter jungling is going on this game. Or if it is, they're going to be there to see to it.
Yeah,
that pink ward's still not getting spotted out though. Fresh may have found it.
And Maokai once again tries to go in to deal the damage. This time has the passive to heal up. I think the last time that Maokai went in, I think he was trying to get the passive heal up. I was calculated that if he advances and Qs, he will get the heal, but he did not have mana to Q anymore.
Yeah, and to be fair, the passive itself, I still don't think would have saved him. You saw how much health he was on. He was only on about 10 HP, but I think it was just a miscalculation from Maokai. Bit of a jungle dance.
Yeah, that's actually, that thing is not in the try, and neither is that one either. That's a little... Maokai, I think your map is a little bit dislocated.
I mean, he is a tree, so he may have friends in the bush to tell him when someone goes in, but that ward will not help him that much. It'll only say whether someone's coming up river, which Vi is looking to do right now.
Yeah, there's also a ward in that river bush also, so she gets spotted, has to go back.
Just gonna take Skull Crab and just... Oh. He's suddenly going deep in the enemy jungle. Wants those camps. But wasting a lot of time right now.
I'm just waiting for Seer to push that wave down, so the aggro will be on the minions instead, and see if he can get a nice Dragon's Rage off. He's now going in. But instead he's juking them around. All these...
What a death
50
mark.
sands.
That death mark was beautiful. Gets straight over the top of the wall, and then we see a Dark Binding straight into the minion's face. From bot lane.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a misplay for the red team. I could see what Lee Sin was trying to do, but Zed countered it, aiding that he's going top from that mid.
Yeah, solid juke. Possibly could have held the shifting sands until the end, but I don't think it would have amounted to much. Feel Zed's. The Zed would have been quite safe there.
Yeah, he still has the flash and would have had the shadow also. So it only provides a small knockup and some damage, but that's about it. Don't really do much with a knockback against the Zed. Because I think the shadow still goes through. The soldiers.
Yeah, the shadows go through, but there's a lot of damage being through the bot lane though.
Yeah, Dress actually taking a lot of damage. Sivir has to burn on the hunt. Just to save Dress's life.
That was a very panic lead that.
Yeah, Dress is not having the best asbestos game so far.
But although, as you see it, the Sivir is ahead in CS, so whatever he's doing it sort of okay right now. No, neither of them have died. He's been a bit over-aggressive, and oh, that damage.
Oh, yeah, the ulti comes from Ymir. I don't think he got the Q off. I think it would have been enough damage to finish off Maokai with the flashes away. But Lee Sin is there just to make sure that Vladimir does not go in onto the Maokai. Still has the pull though, he's holding on to it for a very long time. There comes the Sonic Wave, and it's too soon. You're gonna die, mate. Oh, the double flash is coming through. Vladimir's still alive, but Lee Sin picks up that kill. Now in the mid lane, Vi is ganging onto the Azir. Zed's also assisting with a death mark, but it's Vi who gets that kill.
And she dunked that chicken, and that was just insane. So you've got both ultimates coming out from mid, and it just did so much damage. Like, there was just nothing that Azir could do to get out. I mean, even if he dashed away, you've got so much chase potential from this Vi ultimate and her Qs in themselves, and then you've got Zed just sticking to you like glue.
Yeah, Azir got the exhaust off, but that's not much of a help when it's Vi and Zed coming through at the same time. Yeah, Zed does a lot more damage than Vi, but Vi still does damage.
Well, you need 2 exhausts, and you need your support to be roaming with that exhaust.
Yeah, you need to have Morgana there. I don't think actually Dress was in base for quite some time. I think that Morgana could have roamed some bit. Because that's like the time you want to roam is when the enemy support is not there.
So the problem you have at the minute is the gold difference here. So Fresh has been getting a decent amount of gold from these stacks, and so is Morgana. But Morgana hasn't been funneling her money into boots. So although Fresh has the mobies to be able to move around, Morgana doesn't even have tier 1s. So she can't even go away for too long, because then it puts Lucian at risk, who is actually playing from behind.
Yeah, Morgana is thinking about the team fighting potential that she can have, building for that Seeker's
Sonya's
arm
elegant.
guard at the
So
moment,
she's
going
trying to
for
risk that
Sonya's.
Sonya's, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I like it because it keeps her in lane, and it means she's got a little bit more pressure, but at the same time, like, this takes so much pressure off the other lanes who are also falling behind. If you have that roaming Morgana, she can just come out binding someone, and then that's a 2-second route for Azir to just go wild. You don't even have to have insane mechanics when you have someone rooted and more action kicking off top.
yeah, Vi finding a Lee Sin trying to clear up a ward, but both junglers go down. Now it's the fight between the mid laners. Azir is so far winning against Zed. Zed has to run to the enemy jungle. Maokai is there, but Vladimir has also roamed down, doesn't go in, and that's disengaged. So far, unless they decide to commit, no, they don't follow Zed at all.
They're just gonna back off. You don't want to risk the Zed. He was just waiting up his energy, and if you keep chasing and he gets that W Q off, so he gets the shadow back, gets the second shuriken to hit you, and you take too much damage, he can just jump on, auto you, and just get so much damage from that culling Cooler weak.
And
Bot lane, a little bit more pressure being applied there.
So I think the both of the kills were at... how did it go? I think Lee Sin got 1 kill.
Yeah, so
That's sore.
Lee Sin got 1 and Zed got the other. Zed came in and cleaned up for Lee Sin after he took out the Vi, but I feel it's better on Zed. I mean, there's no doubt about it, really. Like, Lee Sin's pretty good when you get a few kills behind him in the early game, but at this point you really want to be funneling those resources into your carries. And having a fed Zed is just so much better.
Yeah, that was actually a little bit of mind games going on bottom lane, but on the top lane though, Vladimir got rooted to turret aggro.
Did not
It's too much,
expect that
but now
turret
Vi
range.
is ganking onto the mid lane. Zed goes in with a shadow and tries to get out with a safeguard, but Zed manages to pick up that kill as he
There's
trying
no
to pressure
hope
down Vi
there.
away from his lane.
Put that
And-
ward out. He wanted to jump into it.
Yeah, Maokai again going up against this Vladimir, this time popping the ulti and going in, but doesn't take the turret aggro this time.
This Maokai is he cannot commit too much to this fight.
Ooh, Trash, you have to be careful because Lucian is right around the corner, followed up. You have to flash away.
I think that
That's
was
it.
questionable, to say the least. For one, the ward didn't actually go down. And the hook wouldn't have amounted to anything because Sivir was just too far away.
Yeah, that was actually well played from Lucian. He was waiting around the corner. I don't think why, but it was nice because Trash tried to hook Morgana, so that means that he had nothing else but a flay.
And another
And-
gank mid.
Yeah, Zed going up again with the death mark. But pop is not actually enough. The sun gaze and the drift coming up and the shadow this time. Azir gets by having some nice Tokyo drift. Doesn't go, actually goes down.
Gets stabbed in the back end.
But it's Zed who gets followed up by Lee Sin's Resonated Strike. Vi tries to follow it up, and now on the top lane, Maokai found Vladimir, who has to flash away. The sapling is chasing, but it is the Arcane Smash
Excellent
that
pickup there.
smashes the kill.
Excellent pickup. I think Maokai did a really good job there. He's playing to his strengths. He's just going in. Now he's got that Spectre's Cowl. He just gets quite a lot of health regen. Whenever that Vladimir's landing those Qs, he's just getting that little bit of health back. That just means that he can sustain for even longer. On top of the catalyst that's keeping him alive as he's going up in levels, it just means that Vladimir's not having as much pressure as he was before.
No, and despite being down 40 CS, Maokai finds a way.
Yep, that's just huge. I mean, apart from the CS difference, that is an entire 600 gold difference.
Yes.
And that's just huge. So it could be worse. I mean, it was worse, technically, because if you consider it before the kill with gold, it would have been a lot more. He's just doing really well to play to his own strengths. Possibly getting this bot turret could open up a possible dragon, but there isn't a lot of vision bottom.
Spellship comes up a little bit too late. Lucian not there though to follow it up with any bit of that Infinity Edge damage.
I mean, the wards at the minute are very much focused around sort of on the dragon.
But on the mid lane, Vi has found Azir who drifts over the wall, but as Zed has already gone in with a death mark. Now it's Lee Sin onto the front line, being silenced by 3 members. It's a double kill for Zed. Now they're chasing onto the Morgana. Can they get the kill? There comes the show's Shackles. Zed goes in, but it's Vi who picks up that kill, and only 2 assists for Severe.
Yeah, and that's going to be straight up dragon, I feel. So the vision wasn't great before, dropped a few down now, although it is technically unnecessary because they're all dead. But it's just really well played. The death mark came through at just the right time, so as soon as Azir finished drifting over the wall, he just came through with him and just said, "Oh, hi there," and he just stabbed him in the back, finishing him off. The Lee Sin not being able to do a lot. Just couldn't really get anywhere because he was sandwiched between 3 carries and just not able to execute any.
Yeah, and actually, if there wouldn't have been that fight right before Dragon, I think if there would have been during the Dragon, the Maokai did not have TP up, while Vladimir would have. So Vladimir would have been able to join into the fight, whereas Maokai could not. So that would have been at best a 5v4. Which they should have won.
That global TP pressure was down, but at the same time, if you are interrupting the dragon, there's always that chance. The other problem arises in the fact that everyone was quite low. Like the Azir was only a few hits from dead. He'd been taken really low by the Zed and then just couldn't really do anything because he only had a single auto. Really good takeaway though from the blue buff.
Look at this 3-member roam. I think they're going for top lane for that Vladimir. That's gonna be a difficult gank to pull off. Let's see if they can pull it. Maka goes in with the twisted advance. Now Lee Sin and the rest of the members have joined in. And Vladimir is just gonna get taking damage from left to right to front from behind. And meanwhile the mid lane, Zed goes in onto the Lucian with a death mark. Follows it up with a shadow and an ignite and gets the kill. But the rest of the red teams are picking up a top lane turret, while the blue team is picking up a mid lane turret and they're going for an inner turret.
A little bit of a mini base race going on right now, but at the same time that was just deleted by Lucian. Lucian popping the culling to try and get the wave, but the angle he was at, he only hit the first 2 minions, and then as soon as he started going back defensively, as Zed came in, he just didn't hit anything. And Zed coming out from behind him just laughed and sort of stabbed him in the face. I mean, the autos and the Qs are just doing way too much damage at this point. Breaking out the Blade of the Ruined King and the Hex Drinker just had so much impact there, and just easily able to pick up another kill.
Yeah, the blue team went for the kill, but they lost. I think they lost 2 turrets on the mid lane.
Yeah,
the mid lane turret was still up.
So they took the outer turret while Lucian was trying to defend, and then took the inner while the top lane push was going on. But they're just not a good trade for the blue team. For the red team. They're just not able to sort of put the pressure on where it's necessary.
That's a nice bit of vision on the top side for the red team.
Yeah, really deep vision. I mean, you're not going to be seeing too much. I wouldn't have thought you to see too much plays. I feel it's more defensive to make sure that no sneaky barons go on this time. But it's possible. If one person gets picked off, it could easily transition into a baron. So they're just trying to sort of hedge their bets and make sure that nothing too big comes through, but more action kicking off.
Yeah, Severe getting hit by the Sonic Wave, but that doesn't actually follow it up. They just have to disengage thanks to the on the hunt.
Yeah, really good on the hunt there, and flashing out of the range. So the Sonic Wave hits, but gets spell shielded, and then flashes out of the way for binding.
Oh, Lee Sin went in under the trash, ward hop back, but did not use the Dragon's Rage. I think he was going for the Severe, but now both DPs come along, and both DPs, I believe, cancelled. No, Maokai went through with his, and that
But
opens
that's
up a
not
top lane
good,
turret.
because now you've got Vlad just uncontested topside, and now there's no TP to come through to stop it.
Now let's see if the red team is absolutely able. Ooh, Lee Sin, are you gonna be Manny off? You're not Manny off.
Lee Sin not going for it. That was if ever there was a moment for Lee Sin to follow up with that, that was the time. He was so low and just not enough heals. There's no shields bar the Fresh Lantern, which wouldn't have been quick enough, I feel. That could have been another kill, but whether he'd have got out is questionable, so trying to play a bit safer.
Yeah, Dresh was actually dead at that time, and Lee Sin still had the Dragon's Rage up, so I believe that he could have gone in with a Resonating Strike and then try to get a kick onto another member of the blue team just to get the knockback. It would have been a self-sacrifice, but if he went for the kill, that would have been it anyway.
Yeah, top turret not traded as well because Azir went back. Well played by him to get back there in time, and that Vlad could have done. He could have done some work. He got a bit of damage down, but it's not going to go down in the end, so a little bit of pressure taken away, but there's always going to be that threat, and Zed setting up here.
Yeah, blue team was looking for a gank. They waited until the recalls were coming through, but Lucian did not go through, and neither did Maokai, and now they're both dead on that bottom lane turret, and they're pressuring onto the inner turret on the bot lane, but the Azir soldiers try to do some wave clearing. There he finally comes through.
So Zed just going through there, and what we're seeing here is just they're not seeing the threats when they could be in their jungle, and this is the problem with getting pushed in and not having that ward line set up. So the minute there's wards deep in the enemy jungle from when they were pushing, but there's none ready in case they get pushed back. So now when Zed goes and hides in that tri-bush, you don't even know he's in your jungle. He just comes out, does a dash to the shadow, uses the Deathmark, and gets the kill.
Yeah, and what perfect timing, Dragon coming up in 15 seconds, and Vladimir is still pushing onto the top lane. Lucian is there with the call-in, but Vladimir is just gonna ignore that, and now take the turret, gonna focus onto the Lucian. Meanwhile, a little bit of a hassle going on in the river, but now back on the top lane, Maokai is there to back up Lucian, and Maokai is looking for an engage, goes for a minion though. He doesn't get the root. Now back in the river, Dress gets all that CC that the red team had, and that basically just secures the dragon buff.
Yeah, so that Fresh
for
did a good job of just showing his face, making sure nobody came in to even try. It was pretty much going to be suicide if Lee Sin went in. I mean, even if he had got the Miracle Steal with the Sonic Wave and a Resonating Strike Smite, it still possibly wouldn't have got him out, and the Zed would have probably just followed him, got another kill, and just snowballed at his advantage even further.
So Lucian is down 30 CS and is 1-2 at the moment. Is it? Can we already start calling him Lucian?
But at the same time, that's 1.5k gold. That's so much gold to just not have. And it's really showing in these fights. I mean, Lucian can lay down damage, but he doesn't really act as a massive presence right now. Zed can still just go in and just take him out of the fight so easily.
Actually, why? Went for the warrior enchantment and a Triforce.
Yeah, she just wants to lay down even more damage to this comp. I mean, if Vlad's tanky enough with the sustain he gets from one of the Ancients and his own abilities, that he just doesn't really go down that quickly. So I'm okay with this because they have a Vlad, but I don't know, I feel...
Oh, Dresh, you're a little bit left alone. Maokai goes in with a twisted advance, but that's a calling coming through, and it's this Azir soldier that actually gets the final kill, tick.
Really well secured there by Azir, I'm gonna say, because that culling definitely did work. It pretty much was 100% hit on him.
Yeah, it looked like they were setting an ambush on that top mid top turret push, mid top push. And
yeah, so
Dresh was the last one to leave.
I mean, they're gonna, so they're pinging out now. They're gonna rotate down to bottom. I would hope they'd clear out this ward in the bottom try, but we'll see. It looks like they might actually walk straight past it.
Yeah, I think they're just not
Setting
gonna
up
walk
for a
through.
possible fight.
Yeah, looking for an ambush, but the blue team is sniffing this one. They have on, they're not on lane, and they were going on the lane. They must be on the jungle. Not walk too forward, but why goes in with the assault and battery onto the Maokai? Not the best target, but it's a good target because Maokai was, like Thresh, left alone.
Yeah, so the team just wasn't there to be able to commit, along with the Maokai. Maokai just a little slow on the uptake and just sort of wanted to protect the front line, but at the same protect the back line, but at the same time he just became the extended front line that just gets caught out and deleted. And when you've got so much damage on this team, so Vi's already got her Triforce, she's got her warriors, she can do damage, and it's just so much better than just having. I mean, Cinderhawk would have been good, but I actually do like this now that I think about it because it adds on so much more pressure. But another fight kicking off.
Yeah, another target left alone. Zed goes in with the jet mark, but it's the Vi once again stealing that kill away. Lee Sin is now dead as he was the focus on the hunt was popped, and now they're closing on the rest of the red team members, and then Flash comes in to just make sure that nobody is caught.
Yeah, really well played there, putting on the damage, but Assault and Battery not, otherwise I feel that would have been an easy dive.
Yeah, Maokai got hit by the jet sentence, but luckily there was black shields to prevent any more of a magical damage coming through.
Yeah,
and
you've
no follow-up.
Still got to be worried about the possibility of overextending a little bit too much and having that Azir damage, because he is getting a little bit stronger. Nash's into the Rylai's provides a little bit more health and a little bit more AP, but going for a very survivable build. I mean, I feel the Seekers is just going to rush straight into Zhonya's. Going to be able to stay alive a bit longer, but he's not going to be able to do as much damage as someone like this Zed, who's just going full damage and loving every minute of it.
8k call to it for the red team, despite being... No, for the blue team. Looking at it from the wrong angle, being up by 6 kills and 3 turrets.
Yep, 3 turrets, 6 kills, and 2 dragons. Such an advantage right now, and they're just pushing great. They're pushing the advantage quite well, but at the minute there is a lack of sort of vision around that top side. They've got 2 wards down, but they haven't got them covering the necessary points, which is the main entrances. So they're going there, they're sort of looking to correct it a little bit, but red team just going in. I think they're going to sort of clear our vision around here and possibly set up for either a bait or try and catch this Vlad out, but Vlad's already gone.
Yeah, Vlad letting up camp on that hole of top lane, doing his best imitation of a Nasus, just farming up on the top lane. Has a Sonius and the Will of the Ancient, and looking for a Rylai's, I believe, the Giant's belt.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Rylai's is pretty strong, well, to be fair, because it means you can stick even easier. And once you pool underneath them, you get the double slow. that's just so harsh. I mean, it does change now, so that it's only the strongest slow that applies, but at the same time, it's just so much that you're just going to keep them down. And this is actually possibly a Baron.
Yeah,
but at the same time, bot lane getting pushed in.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good trade. Yes, they get the inhibitor, but they now have the Baron. They might get actually 2 turrets from this, but the red team has a Baron buff now with the improved recalls, and Morgana is looking for the Soul Shackles, but at least 2 flashes per try to get away, and then the Dark Passage comes and pulls him away. Trist tries a sneaky jet sentence, but it's dodged out, so they get the Baron, but they lose 2 inhibitor turrets and an inhibitor and a dragon. If we see he's not gonna get it.
They pick up this dragon, I feel it is a lot more worth blue team here. The inhibitor is really good as well, but at the same time, the Baron buff is really strong. It will alleviate a lot of the siege pressure that's going to come through. But it looks like the red team's just looking up better at the minute.
Yeah, red team booing out the blue team from the Dragon's Pit. Vi goes in, tries to get the steal, and Maokai is standing on the lantern. Vi just can't take it.
See. The twisted advance into the dark binding, you're stuck there for so long that she just can't get out. I mean, you've got a 3-second stun on the Dark Binding, and those 3 seconds, all the while, you've got a Lucian, an Azir, and a Lee Sin wailing on your face. You just can't do anything into that.
So let's keep in mind, the red team does have a Baron, but an open inhibitor on the bottom lane. That minion wave is gonna push, so let's see if they can keep an eye out on that lane, just make sure that it doesn't come knocking onto the turrets. And now there's a person caught, and it's Vladimir, who gets away, but Zed goes in with a death mark, gets killed onto the Lucian, and now he's in the middle of a 1v4, goes down by the end, thanks to the Lee Sin. And now Thresh,
Really
with a bit
greedy
careful.
play there. Really greedy.
But the
You
lane is pushing. The lane is pushing on the bottom lane. If we can just get a quick look at it, it's knocking onto the turret. Azir gets the kill, but nobody's
being
recalling.
held up right now by the minion wave that's just spawned, and there's just so much damage coming down.
Yeah, Vi tries to engage. I think that's just to buy enough time. They are pinging onto the turret. Vladimir gets one kill, Vi gets the second one. Lucian is gonna respawn and he's gonna clear up that wave, but they're not gonna get Lee Sin in the end.
No, Lee Sin gets away, he pops the Randuins, pops the Smite, and there's just no way that Vi's gonna catch him. They've both got Dead Man's Plate, so it means that they've got the same amount of speed. And it's just gonna be two people chasing each other and shouting angry words.
If we can get a look onto the turret was very low, almost going down. It's already respawned some of its health, but that was very close.
Yeah, that was so close to getting the Nexus turret there. I think if the Nexus turret had went down, that would have been a lot better for blue team, but at the same time, it's just... I feel that the Zed play was so greedy though. Jumping on that backline, he got the Lucian, the death mark did show that it was going to kill him, and instead of dashing back, he stayed to try and get the Morgana, and he just got taken down because he just got CC'd, wasn't in range, didn't have the shurikens, and just didn't have anything to get back out because that shadow just timed out.
Yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword because Zed killed Lucian, and when Lucian then had time to respawn, he was in time to save that turret. So if Zed, instead of going in for a kill, just going in for a delay.
I think he could have either just tried to delay them, or he could have just went for the kill and then pulled out. I mean, once you get the AD carry, that's worth. That's already, you've got something, you've done something, you've got what you need. Just get back out and then get set up for the next set of plays. And
Maka, you have to be careful. You're kind of in between, but now the junglers are fighting or having a hassle.
The whiff by Vi there, just not being able to.
Oh, but Makai actually coming a little bit from the back line. Said Dress actually is caught up inside the box, but doesn't do much for slow. The calling comes through, doesn't pick up the kill, but now Makai is the focus. They turn it around. It's Dress who gets the kill with the ignite, and the Sandisk comes up just to clear and maybe do some damage during that fight. But the blue team is pinging out to the top lane now. And why?
Oh!
What are you looking at?
That's not what you want to do!
Oh my god, that's just... Oh. So what happened there was Zed got the death mark onto the Azir's Sonnet, but just a second. And now Vladimir got the kill onto the Morgana. That's 3 members down from the red team. The blue team could just push for a win there.
Yeah, I feel this could just be pushing in. They're getting one Nexus turret or both. I'm not sure whether they'll be able to get too much though, because Maokai is about to come up in 5 seconds, and he's just going to come rushing out pointing them. Although he does only have the tier 1 boots, not even tier 2 or home guard, so like they're just going to set up.
They tried to take the very low Nexus turret, but because it respawns its health, they don't get it, so they just hit it once and they think that's it, but it's not it. It's still up.
Yeah, inhibitor's good enough though. You get pressure on 2 lanes as opposed to just the 1, so it's pretty good. If they leave 1 or 2 waves now, it means that there's just so much more pressure going on, and it's going to pull more resources away from fights, away from objectives, and possibly secure either the next Baron that's coming up in a minute, or the Dragon that's coming up in 50 seconds.
Yeah, see, we're having to burn the ultimate just because Lee Sin was hunting, doing some hunting on his own.
That Lee Sin is on the hunt definitely with that Dead Man's Plate, and just trying to get some. They're trying to get claw some vision back so that they can see whether this Baron is going to go down or this Dragon. If one team commits to an objective before the other, it just means that either one side's going to get caught out or neither side's going to get caught out, and it could be a sneaky objective going over.
So, I think that, yeah, the lanes is now gonna push in the mid lane and the bottom lane, but now let's forget about that because Zed is once again going for a hunt. I think he's gonna get the kill and Shadows away. This time,
Very well
played it very perfectly.
Yeah, the Ignite coming down really strong there, blowing everything to just make sure you didn't get that AD carry, and there's nothing they could do.
They're actually taking, I think, few too many auto attacks from those sensors, just almost going down. Pops the more Mortis.
Oh, and this looks
But now
like
the
a
blue team
cheeky
is going
Baron.
for a Baron, but there is a ward right behind it, so Lee Sin could try a Miracle Steal.
But they don't have the pressure right now.
Yeah, they're not keeping
Lucian
on it.
Lucian is down.
Ooh, but Vladimir's in the back line. Restoration of Death Sentence, but Makai has now turned in and gone in with the twisted advance. There's a death mark onto the Makai, and now Vladimir is in the back line. He gets kicked by the Dragon's Rage, but now Lai goes through the terrain just to get the kill onto the Lee Sin. It's finally an auto attack and a Zed who get the kill, and now they're looking for maybe for an ace. Lucian is still up though.
Oh, a lot of damage from that culling.
But the minion wave is there. They are now gonna finally get the turret. And are they gonna go for the second one? Yes, they are.
I think this could be GG coming through. Yeah, there's just too much damage, too many minions.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. Zed is trying to be the hero. He gets one kill, but it doesn't matter because it's severe. Plus the minions.
And well played coming through there. Interesting game to say the least. Blue team accruing an entire 11k gold advantage by the end there, and just generally showing how to push an advantage in.
Yeah, it looked like red team was gonna win it thanks to the Baron, but they got a ton of vision by that.
Yeah,
mid lane.
They did a really good job of re-pushing the pressure on and getting back to that mid lane inhibitor turret, but they just sort of didn't have the right amount of pushing to just be able to knock through that wave and knock through the people who were defending it, because Zed just came out and went big, and that Zed just deleted Lucian at every possible stage, and I think that's mainly the reason why they just couldn't get anything going.
So that is the end of game 2. You heard it right, there's only been 2 games and already there have been very pleasant ones to watch. Now if you want to join into the fun, please make sure that you come onto our TeamSpeak at houseparty55.typefrag.com and go to the EU West lobby. You'll be selected from there to join in our custom game draft mode.
Yep, so just drop on into the EU West lobby and just hang out for a bit, have a bit of a chat, and we'll try and get the next game to you as quickly as possible.
Sound muted.